Hello, hi. Welcome to the new video. Here, I have attended one more interview in between. So this was the questions which was asked in the interview. So once I get a chance, I will definitely share the responses video also. It might be helpful for many people. As of now, for a quick review, I'm just sharing a questions exactly what was asked in the interview. I gathered like each and every question, and the role is majorly considering for DevOps as well as cloud also. Okay, if the candidate is having both the experiences, then it will be well and good. Okay, I am into DevOps, so they considered, and also some security also, DevSecOps also they are expected. Okay, and the years of experience was 3.5 years. Okay, and these are the questions asked in the first technical interview, and which is happened around 45 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, and the first question was tell me about yourself and your day-to-day activities in your current organization, and do you work in multi-cloud environment or a specific cloud you have experience with. And one more thing, in the interview there is a two panel members actually, and whatever the questions I am discussing, it is asked by one panel member, and mostly he covered regarding the pipeline and Kubernetes, Docker, and deployment, and Linux part. Okay, and the second interviewer most focus on security like DevSecOps. Okay, so I will discuss like what other interviewer asked also. Okay, so the next question was regarding the cloud. He asked like multi-cloud environment or any specific cloud you have worked with, and they are expecting majorly into Google Cloud. Okay, in their organization they are using that, and my primary cloud was AWS, but although they are just looking for your concepts, does the candidate is aware of the concepts or not? Why? Because at the end like concepts need to understand the end cloud might be anything. Okay, and can you give, sorry, in your current project are you working in a on-prem servers or cloud environment? Actually, why this question asked was in the introduction I mentioned like we are working for a banking environment. So this question is kind of a follow-up question where I said we are using a on-prem servers. Okay, and earlier in earlier organization I have worked in the cloud environment. Okay, and there are multiple follow-up questions. Mostly I gathered each and every question. Okay, and I will share some more tips at the end of the video. First of all, let's cover the questions. Okay, can you give your on-prem data center infrastructure overview and what actually you do as a DevOps engineer? Using which tool are you connecting with the virtual machines? How do you process? How the exact process is happening? Okay, you can consider the similar questions if you work in a cloud environment also, not only on-prem. Okay, and the next question was how is CI/CD pipeline happening? And let's say if code changes or build requests or change requests is coming, how the changes is deployed into a data center virtual machines, and what kind of tools are you using for SSH into a virtual machines? Any third-party tools are using or any in-house console do you have? Tell me the command. You just it's kind of scenario we need to tell you the command. Okay, you just SSH into a virtual machine and you need to create a user with dev name. Okay, dev user will be the username, and also you have to give a sudo permissions. While creating only you need to give what is the Linux command, and what is the command in Linux to check the CPU utilization, what is the command in Linux to check the disk utilization. As per your understanding, what is Kubernetes and how it was orchestrated? It was regarding the Kubernetes architecture explanation. Okay, can you do you have hands-on working in Kubernetes cluster handling? Okay, and in Ansible do you have capability in playbooks to integrate the entire flow from source code to manifest deployment, like entire pipeline? And this is a scenario based question. If you have a Jenkins building a Docker file and attaching the tag and adding it into a Docker registry, when you see in the Docker hub the file size is 7 GB, which is too long, too big. Now you want to reduce the size of the image as your configuration is troubling you to deploy and it was taking too long while executing. Okay, too longer time while executing a pipeline than expected time. Okay, what is the best practices and steps will you take as a DevOps engineer to reduce the size of the image? Okay, and there is a one more like I answered the like some best practices, and after that he mentioned like due to your logic in the code, that means within the Docker file, is actually have the more size of the image. Okay, and what can be the other way? He gave the hint also, like you can modify the Docker file. What exactly you will modify in the Docker file? Okay, and the next scenario was it is also a scenario, but he was asking a commands for troubleshooting. You are accessing a Kubernetes cluster and you want to list the deployments, but you noticed that the command lists the pod instead. You see that two pods are having a issues. One pod is out of memory and another one is just a issue crashed. Okay, what is the commands would you use to troubleshoot these pods and determine the exact causes of their failures? Okay, like how do you handle this kind of troubleshooting scenario? Okay, and what commands you will use and what step exactly you will take initially? Okay, and what is the difference between logs and describe command? What is the command to list the nodes in Kubernetes cluster? You want to see a detailed information of a node, not only a name but also a specifications. What is the command you will use? Let's say we have a 5 nodes and you need to know see the all the node information. Okay, and can you share the GCP features you worked with, or what is your primary cloud? What is the Lambda service in AWS? In your organization, which scenario you will suggest to use Lambda function? How do you do you have any experience in coding languages? In your organization, what is the nature of the application, like it is Java based or Python based? Okay, and how will you handle deployments in virtual machines, and what plugin is used to integrate Jenkins with the data center to make the deployments like pipeline? What is VPC and why do we need VPC? Okay, till 26th question, the first interviewer was handled, and I think till 26 it took almost half an hour, and in 20 minutes I think second interviewer took from this question, 27th question. Do you have any hands-on experience in DevSecOps? What is the difference between VAPT and SAST? What is posture security management, like cloud security posture management kind of thing? And he gave multiple scenarios, like 2 to 3 scenario questions actually, and like very big scenarios actually. Okay, and one question was let's say in a production environment there are 5 applications running in a Kubernetes cluster. There are 10 nodes and one application has 2 nodes. All nodes are running in one cluster now. Okay, all of a sudden you noticed that there are 5 nodes not there out of 10 nodes. What is the first step you will take, and in the future how will you handle such scenarios to not to occur? What security measures will you enforce to ensure it doesn't happen again in future? And explain in a technical way by giving a clear examples. And also he mentioned a note point, also Kubernetes cluster is running in a stateless manner. Okay, we cannot check the logs also, okay, by using the commands. And the next question was, have you done any certification in DevSecOps? I think this is the first interview where this question was asked regarding the certifications. I think sometimes certifications matters. Okay, what is Azure EDR service? And in an organization you want to, it is a very big scenario actually. I haven't listed down the scenario, but on a high level I break it down. Okay, so this is a kind of high level scenario. Okay, like he explained everything, project end to end. in a organization you want to do end-to-end security assessment in the cloud, how it will be done? Are there any tools to do this? Okay, so he explained the clear structure of the project, and he asked to how do you perform the end-to-end assessment as a DevSecOps engineer, or by following the security best practices as per the industry standards. Okay, and is there any tool also like that, he asked. Okay, and what is a white box testing? I think this is the last question, and some general questions are there. Okay, I will discuss that also. What is white box testing, black box testing, gray box testing, and why these are required? What makes the difference of those? Okay, and after that these are like general questions. What is your current organization, where it was located, from where you are working, and what is your current CTC, and are you okay to relocate to another location, and do you have any questions like that, he asked. And I asked about what exactly the organization does. It is kind of organization where they provide a Medicare assistant. Okay, he explained the same thing, and he explained the project structure and the team structure also. Okay, and yeah, I will come up with a new video soon, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you so much for watching the video, and if you need any like specific videos or suggestions you need to share, definitely feel free to share. I will definitely take it and consider your request and response. Okay, stay tuned for more videos. Thank you once again. Bye.